And I'm realizing now that it also reset, so there's no intro video.
Okay, wait, we can fix this. We can fix this. Hold.
I love how that was the we'll fix it in present, not fix it in post. How do they... For those that don't know that are watching this, StreamYard does this wonderful thing every time they post an update where they go, hey, remember all those presets you really liked? Get that the fuck out of here!
Alright, well, by the way, it's fixed for next time, so I think it's good.
God.
Hopefully.
It's so bad. I love StreamYard to death. It is legitimately one of the best programs I've ever found, but... Anyway, okay, so... Hi, everyone. I'm going to say something, and I'm only going to mention this once. We are not going to talk about anything that is political on this podcast, so if you're wondering why we're not talking about a major thing that happened, because you are never, and I mean ever, unless it is going to be minorly funny, hear politics on this podcast. I'm getting it out of the way now, so that when it's not mentioned, none of you are wondering. That is just off the top. The rest of the podcast is fun, wholesome shit. Anyway, so we're going to talk about our weeks. Bree, how was your week?
Pretty good. Recorded like a lot of podcasts. I've recorded another episode of Late Crap, kind of getting a little backlog going. We watched the Paul Lind Halloween special. God, it's even a mouthful to say. I watched the new Demon Slayer movie, and then Mike, Cam, and I watched The Legend of Hay 2. I almost blanked on it, but I remembered. And then I also watched Downton Abbey 3, so been watching a lot.
Ooh.
Found out Hades 2 was coming out, and Super Giant has free upgrades to Switch 2, but you could buy it on regular Switch, so I pre-ordered that shit so quick, so I got my little gaming going on. Some indie comics that I pre-ordered came in, kind of saving them for when sports aren't happening as much, and I have a nice little stash going. Oh, and then my writing program thing starts on the 4th. So, yeah, just a lot of moving parts. Just trying to stay happy. Enjoy my coffee.
Nice. Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I had a pretty good weekend. Friday, I took my mom and my aunt to see The Long Walk because we're all pretty big Stephen King fans, and that movie is pretty amazing, if not rather bleak, given the subject material.
I have to ask, how long would you have lasted in that version of the stream where they have people walk on treadmills?
I probably would have gone at least an hour.
Okay.
I mean,
for a 3 mile an hour pace is it's not that difficult. It's just doing it over the stretch of how long they do it in the actual movie is a completely different
I just
story.
don't know how much I would concentrate watching a movie while continuously walking the entire time. I've never tried something like that. I've always wanted to get it set up where I could like game and do whatever and have a treadmill and things. I've just never done it.
You know what would be really cool is if you had a treadmill and then you had like PlayStation VR or something. That shit would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
They do technically have, what the fuck are those things called? Where you're kind of, I don't know if it's specifically a PlayStation VR they had hooked up to it, but you essentially were in a VR rig and they had you on a floor that could move omnidirectionally and you were like hooked up to a rig, so you were like going wherever you went, but you never stopped from where you are, so you could run infinitely and never get out of that circle.
Oh, that's awesome.
I remember that Disney did one of their in their Imagineering labs, like a prototype of that, with like a rounded floor that they were trying, a beta test or something like that for potentially using it at the parks at some point.
Yeah, that would be sick. That would be when I would really like to really consider VR. Because I know myself, I would have one of those headsets on, and I would crack my hand over a TV, and then I'd be out $200 for a controller. Because that's just how good I am.
Well, not only that, but I would think actually being on a treadmill would probably be safer at a low speed because you'd be stationary at one point the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me. Probably, yeah. Hello, Spartan Spanker? How's it going? That Twitch name is awesome. That
Love
might
it.
be my favorite one that I've seen comment on a Twitch stream so far.
Oh. So, by the way, for those who don't know why the show is on Wednesdays for the next...
It's a Halo reference, I swear.
Sure,
Does that help the situation? I don't know. Anyway, Mike, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why the show is on Wednesdays for the foreseeable future is because last night Dancing with the Stars premiered, and honestly, this was a really good premiere episode. Some of the dances were like the judges were a bit stricter. I saw a lot more fives than I usually do in the season premiere, but one of the dances was to Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters.
There it is.
And shocker, they are at the top of the leaderboard.
As they should be. You randomly showed up my Twitch randomizer and I wanted to show some love. I greatly appreciate that, Spartan. Seriously, thank you very much. Appreciate you giving smaller shows a chance. But nice. Like, how long have you watched? Because you watch with your parents, right?
Yeah, they've been watching for probably like 15 years at least.
Damn.
At least 10 to 15 years. I kind of jumped on the first season 31 whenever they start.
God.
Yeah, it's been on for a while.
I love when it goes where, you see a show that's been on for whatever, and then they classify seasons differently. It's like, this show hasn't been going since I was 4, but yet they have 31 seasons.
Okay, so to explain, they used to do
a couple a year, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, they would do one in the fall and one in the spring, but I think they slowed down since the pandemic.
Yeah, which makes sense. Absolutely. I just love when they're like, how long that show been going? No, 15 years. How many does it have? It has 54 seasons.
But yeah, it's celebrating its 20th anniversary this year.
Nice. It wasn't quite like that, but with the surrogate parents that I switched my last name to, we always watched Survivor.
Oh, nice.
So that was a good thing. That was fun. Yeah. All right. As far as weeks go, oh boy, what did I do last week? I worked. Another episode of Gachi Yakata in. Man, I said this on Facebook and I said this in the chat. If that show sticks I'm going down this far even after I rewatch that last episode again. If that show sticks 70% of its landing, that is going to be in my top 5 favorite animes of all time. If Rudo continues in the direction upon where he's going, he is going to be in the same conversations as Simone for me.
Oh.
Really?
Okay.
I don't say that lightly.
No, I believe you.
How his powers are used and what he needs to do to use them is fantastic. It's eerily similar to Simone's in a certain way, but it's just everything about the show is so... I say this a lot when I hear music or when I watch movies. When I can tell a person is genuinely having the time of their life, and you can tell they're enjoying the creative process, it makes a movie or music that much better to listen to. You can physically feel that this person is doing exactly what they want to do. Every damn frame of Gachi Akata, I can feel, I can't remember the mangaka off the top of my head, is getting to do exactly everything that they want to do. Everything is poignant, perfect. The art style is off the charts. They have a graffiti artist helping nail down the character and world designs. Everything feels so lived in. The music choices, more anime needs rap in it. That's all I'm saying. More anime needs to have rap in it. There is some of the most just thuggish gangster trash metal that gets dropped in the middle of trash rap metal that I've heard in my life that gets put in here. And I'm not like a screaming emo death metal type of guy, but I've had the intro to this on repeat continuously. It's ridiculous. The song's called Hugs. I can't remember exactly what the name of the
It's not Maximum the Hormone, is it?
No,
no, it's not. I think it's a newer band.
Come on, I was.
Oh, which by the way, Maximum the Hormone let it slip out that they're finally releasing the full version of the Chainsaw Man insert song, and it turns out the reason why they held back the full version is because the full song's actually about Rize, which obviously for spoilers.
Which makes sense. Which makes sense. No, the one who sings Hug is called Pale Dusk. I've never heard of them.
Pale Dusk?
Pale Dusk. Paledusk. But yeah, it's really good. Every character is just the most swagged out son of a bitch you've ever seen in your entire life. And now they've shown like the next thing that's just like, oh, by the way, to show you we can make our characters look like the coolest shit ever. The only person you saw with one of these is Engine. They call them full faces. Where if you go into a polluted zone, which is where all the trash beasts that they take down preside, you have to wear a full face. They have a character that is specifically only there to create full face masks. So then they have an episode where they take damn near the entire crew that works for the cleaners out, and they proceed to go one by one, showing fight scenes with every single one of these characters, showing the most badass, no reason to be as stylish looking as they are, full face masks I've seen in my entire fucking life. It's just bragging at this point how good they are character designs. I can't get over it. I'm back. Other podcasts were ignoring me and not interacting. You guys win. Hey, I guarantee you, we might be in the middle of something and we're talking where we're not going to get to you right away, but I promise you, Spartan, we will not ignore if you make comments and we see them. I can promise you that. It might take a little bit to get to it. We will get to it. But yeah, I'm going to probably talk about it every day for the next however long, because the rumor is going around is that it's 2 24-episode cores for this show. If that's true, y'all are never going to hear me shut up for a year. I'm just letting you all know this ahead of time. You're going to get real sick and tired of me talking about Gachiakana for a while. But yeah, it's so good. It's just so good. It's like to the point of where if I ever didn't make the promise to my mom about being tuxedo safe for tattoos, for what the people don't know, like neck up and hands, no tattoos. The symbol that Rudo has on his gloves are a part of a set that has a book, a jacket, and boots, I want to say. It's called the Watchman set, which has this kick-ass triangle with the circular outer patterns coming out of it. It would be in the list to be tattooed on my hands. That's how much I have fallen in love with this show within 10 episodes. Go watch Gachiakana. Anyway, other things, I have decided also to pull up on my catch-up list, Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Is it because of the movie?
It is because of the movie, and I'm like, it's 12 episodes, it's whatever. That's a small one I could put on there. Plus Aki, Denji, and Power's voice actors are all going to be at the con I'm going into in November.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
So I can watch it if I like them. They're literally right there. But yeah, the movie, definitely. And the other big thing I have to say is now that I'm into season 2 of Dandadan, every one of you dumbasses that had the gall to say that season 2's opening is bad.
What?
Take that opinion, crumple it up into a nice little ball, and boom, that shit clean out of here. Like, what are we talking about?
I know.
Akira is a masterpiece. I have not seen it in a long damn time, but Akira is a masterpiece. Spartan, if you ever want to catch up with me on days where I'm Twitch streaming also, there'll be a lot more interaction on that. I will talk about you with anime all day on that gladly. Akira is fantastic.
Yeah, I actually got the 4K Blu-ray not long ago. I still have to sit down and watch it. It just me. I'm like, oh, there's so many things I want to watch, and I
Yeah.
don't let myself sit down.
Yes, but yeah, no, it's one of those people where it was like, I saw some people on TikTok when season 2 started, and like I'd listened to the Don and Don intro 4,000 times, never watched a show at the time. But it's like the complaint was like the first intro was a 9 million out of 10, and then the other one wasn't as good.
I hate when people do that.
This complaint to me goes to everything. Every sequel, every continuation, you will hear this explanation in some form of words. Oh man, that form of media was a gift from God, crafted slowly and carefully, and should not have been humanly possible. I don't understand how they made something that good. No one should have been able to do that. The next one comes out, and it's still insanely good, but it's not impossibly good. Fuck this shit. It's terrible. 0 out of 10. Stop doing this.
We talked about this when we did our Arcane Season 2 review. That, like, Season 1 was absolute perfection, but because Season 2 wasn't as strong, everyone's like, garbage.
Terrible. It's like, well, it's just a 10 out of 10.
Why does, like, everything have to be, like, so polar? It's like, it's either a masterpiece or it sucks donkey dick. It's just, why?
We can have things in the middle.
You can have things in the middle, or you can have them literally be both. Like, I know we talked about this last week. You can have things shift. Soul Eater, the first 80% of that show is a 14 out of 10, and then it falls off a fucking cliff at the end. But there's reasons for it. Because of an actual quality dip, but it's like, what just, ugh. Anyway, all right. We've got topics to talk about. All right. Wow, I actually did get some stuff in there. That one must have just got added.
Oh yeah, the top one.
Yeah, so I'll let you take that. Mike, buy or sell that the Muppet Show is back with Seth Rogen's Point Grey producing.
Oh, and Sabrina Carpenter's in there too, because of course she is.
Okay.
What Muppet's gonna be twerking?
Okay, so I buy this for two reasons. One, obviously, Seth Rogen and his production company Point Grey have done nothing but amazing work over like the past decade.
Yes.
And while I still haven't watched the Emmy winner, The Studio, I've been only hearing nothing but great things about that show. So that was one reason, and then the other, I have been saying at the very least ever since the Grammy.
How are we muted?
Oh, it's probably because I'm the only one that doesn't have a external microphone.
Whose motorcycles?
Someone going by. I had to open my door.
Okay.
In here. Anyway, all right. Kaisers, can you hear us?
Did StreamYard do a thing?
Okay, so Heisers can hear us. Spartan, that might be something on your end, bud.
Yeah, you might have hit mute by accident or something.
Wow, that guy's really revving outside.
Okay, so for reference, my house is right before the town limit. So from my house, like 10 feet, then is a 45 mile per hour thing. It goes from 30 to that, and everyone decides, let's go 35 to 70. But anyway.
So the second thing, I've been saying at the very least since the Grammys that Sabrina Carpenter absolutely needs to do something with the Muppets. Because unlike most of her contemporaries, she has like really good comedic timing. And it helps that she's also been on a couple like Disney sitcoms.
Yeah, Sabrina's funny as shit. She actually grew up about like 20-30 minutes away from me.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
He's now coming back this way.
Is it just the same guy going back and forth?
I live by a lot of douchebags, that's all I'm gonna say.
You know what you should do, Brock? You should go out the window and yell, "Rev harder."
Normally what I just say is small dick syndrome, but it's what it is. But anyway, you were saying, Mike, about the Muppets.
Yeah, I'm just so happy that this is coming back. Even if it's just like a one-time special, that's still more than Disney has given them in ages.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, trying to. Yeah, no, I agree. It's just, yeah, it's great to see stuff happening with them. That's all I gotta say. It's long overdue. All right, Bree, bring up or buy or sell the Anaconda trailer.
So goddamn buy. I mean, it's like so self-aware, and you know what? They use Sir Mix-a-Lot. It's Mix-a-Lot. Ugh. Coffee clearly isn't helping tonight, but come on, it's just so fucking stupid. It's brilliant.
It's perfect. The fact that they actually brought up the "oh my god" in the middle of the trailer.
Yeah, just even if the movie like fails to deliver, the trailer was perfection.
I hope that they somehow pull basically like I referenced earlier that this feels like the basically I guess 2.0 of the Ghostbusters reboot. If they could pull off something like that, this feels like, and I mentioned it's Strange Wilderness, but more horror-y because you're actually going to have an anaconda. Okay, ballpark or guess. Who of those 4 actors is going to be the one that says they got snakes out here this big? Because someone's going to say it.
It's probably going to be Zahn.
Or do you think this would never happen? Do you think they could possibly have like an infomercial about them going into the Amazon to find an anaconda, and it's like a video that happens to have Ice Cube talking about what to experience?
Oh
and
my
one
God.
of the things says, they got snakes out there this big! I tell you right now, I want payment if that somehow ends up in this movie. If I just pull the me calling Keanu Reeves a shadow type of fucking pull with that, I'm gonna be really impressed. Came out when net. Are you for real? Netflix came out alongside the original Anaconda?
I'm just pulling up the Wikipedia right now.
Yeah, I think that was late 90s when it started as like the DVD service. So yeah.
So Netflix launched on August 29th, 1997. Anaconda.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Okay, so Anaconda came out the same year that Netflix launched, but they're a few months. They were in theaters a few months before.
Still, either way, that's crazy. I did not know that. Huh.
Yeah, and then Blockbuster said, "Oh, this DVD by mail thing's never going to work out," and passed on the chance to buy them. Like, who wants to get movies from the internet? That's dumb, guys.
That's crazy. That's nonsense talk. That's nonsense. All right. Anyway, so, yeah, that's all right. Mike, buy or sell that Avengers Doomsday is expected to wrap filming this week meaning it will have 14 months of VFX and post-production.
Thank God they delayed the fucking thing. Imagine if this was still coming out in May, how much they'd have to crunch all of those visual effects. Like, I'm so happy that they have as much time as possible to get everything polished and not look what's the word? Plastic or
Yeah, that's not fun to have that happening. But yeah, anyway. Sorry. Let's going on from that. Mike, or I should say Bree, buy or sell that a K-pop Demon Hunter short is coming soon. It is supposedly called Debut a K-pop Demon Hunter Story.
So buy. I mean, they had to plan this. I mean, obviously this was planned before they knew everything would, well, happened, I guess. So I'm kind of hoping that the short indicates that, like, Mitchell's that um K-pop's possibly gonna get like a Blu-ray release. I mean, people are still gonna watch it on Netflix, but you could still probably make stupid amounts of money by having it on home video. So I'm hoping that's what it's kind of indicating, because I know
I'm telling you right now, if that gets a Blu-ray release or a steelbook, I'm buying every version of it.
Yeah, because I know the deal with Mitchell's was different, but after an exclusivity window, they kind of did something similar with Mitchell's on Blu-ray where they had like a little short. So I'm kind of hoping it's like the same thing.
I would like to see that short in front of the next Sony Pictures animated film, Goat.
Could be.
Oh, could. Umbreon!
Hey, Umbreon.
How's it going, Umbreon? Why did you start with what the fuck?
Oh, I think it's the Anaconda comment, because I think Umbreon's realizing he's old as shit now.
Starting, I guess. All right, yeah. Good lord. So going on from that, Bree, or did I just do Bree last? No, this is Wednesday. No, this is Patrick.
Which, but by the way, I realized this a couple of years ago. I'm like 95% sure that that's a reference to ER, where they had like a mentally impaired person sit at the desk and go, "No, this is Patrick."
Yeah, very well could be. Did I step into another dimension? No, you stepped into the time of year when Dancing with the Stars is a thing. So, we are accommodating. But, anyway. So, did I go to Bree last, or did I go to Mike last?
Yeah, the last one was Bree, so I'll take
All
that
right,
one.
So
Mike, buy or sell that Sean Astin has been elected as the new president of the Actors Union, SAG-AFTRA.
Thank God Fran Drescher is out.
I like Sean Astin.
Yeah, I have faith that he will do a good job leading SAG-AFTRA.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, he's a good dude overall, so it'll just be... How long was Fran Drescher in there for?
I don't know, like 4 years?
Yeah.
Is that normally what is it like presidential where it's every 4 years they vote, or is it yearly?
I think it's every 2 years.
It's every 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I did not know that. But yeah, it's anything that can do. I didn't hear, like, I like Fran Drescher, but I didn't hear good things as her as a SAG president.
Yeah, no.
Didn't know that Nanny was once in charge of SAG-AFTRA. Yeah. Wasn't Richard Kind positioned? I do remember possibly hearing about that.
Yeah, that sounds vaguely familiar.
It could have been, but maybe it just didn't work out, or maybe he decided he didn't want to after all. It's a big responsibility. So maybe Richard didn't take too kindly to it.
Ha. Ha.
We need to get a wah, wah, wah. I need to really go through that sound effect thing now that we can use that.
Yeah, you really should.
I know! All right. We will save that one for another time since Kiona is not here. Bree, buy or sell that the Super Mario Brothers Galaxy movie drops April 26th.
Well, I mean, no shit. The last one made over $1 billion. Like, that was a given.
Yes.
That's not the story, though. The story is the title.
No, yeah, everyone seems to be upset that it's called Galaxy. Like, guys, the movies aren't based off the game they're in. They're just taking titles.
Dude. You're trying to argue...
Apply logic.
to video game fans. This is
especially
like,
Nintendo fans.
This is like a Sisyphus level, feat. Like, you can't do it. This is just
like, I can't wait until it's just called Legend of Zelda and and it's not based off a game and they lose their minds.
Oh, you know it's gonna happen.
Oh no, they're gonna make this face like the oh.
I can't wait. It's gonna be my favorite. It's just one of those things where it's like they're just titles. They've shown quite clearly that they're not going to. 'Cause here's the other thing. What's your Super Mario Brothers game when you play one? We've all played Mario Brothers, right? What is the difference between each game outside of like one or two of them? You get Mario, Bowser kidnaps Peach, you go through levels, you fight the Bowser. How many movies are you going to make that are exact same thing? And they're quite clearly shown they aren't going to make Peach the damsel in distress now. Like, Umbreon, I'd be very happy if they just fucked with people with titles too. Like the Twilight Ocarina would be fucking hilarious.
Well, I think another reason for the title is probably for like SEO searches too.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah, that
people are
possible.
acting like they said they called this the new. People are acting like there's so much history they're skipping. You're acting like they just called the new movie Odyssey, like the brand new game title. Yeah. They didn't do that.
Yeah, like the deep lore of Mario. Like, you've altered the sacred texts. Like, Jesus Christ.
Good word. I can't. Anyway. All right, so we're going to see if I could do this correctly last time, because I almost had like a freaking stroke trying to get this correctly. The last time I tried doing this, I know I sent that picture in here. Where is it? Here we go. All right, so Lanta. Hold on.
Oh my Lanta.
That is one thing that from pop culture that has like poisoned my brain. I can't say oh my gosh or anything. It's always oh my Lanta. All right, buy or sell the first look at Doom.
I mean, it looks like Dr. Doom, and it doesn't look like a dollar store costume. So, yay.
Yeah. Like
I mean, what else? It's Doom.
It's one of the simplest home runs, like in comics ever. Like you make them look like a guy.
Although one thing I do like is the little like Eastern European like textile texture that they have on him.
Yeah, I actually do like the details of the costume.
He looks like he's actually from ancient times, like medieval times. I really, really like it. It looks cool.
All I ask is that you just do Doom. Don't do what the previous movies have done.
So do I.
Yeah, please, dear God.
All I ask is we see this whole this whole region down here by the shoulders and down. I like all this right here. But I'm going to focus on this section where the hood and the mask is. Keep that on! I don't need to see Robert Downey Jr.'s face at all!
Not once. Not
once. I know you're going to do it once because y'all are going to be stupid and make him have a bigger fucking moment with Spider-Man in this film than Reed fucking Richards because you can't help yourselves. But other than that one time, keep that mask on. We don't need to see RDJ's face. We don't. He can animate and be an actor behind it. We've seen him do it with a helmet on, believe it or not, before.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it's kind of dumb. I mean, obviously they did it for a PR Hail Mary, but they really shouldn't have had announced them as Doom and just left it as a shock. And then everyone would have been like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The other thing also, that mask needs to be an actual mask. Oh. If I see that thing technology away, I'm going to punch a hole through the seat in front of me.
No. Yeah, dear God, no.
I'm okay with clip away masks on people that are futuristic. If you do that with him, I'm a riot. That's all I'm going to say.
Unless it's like electronics to like retract it from his face, but yeah, like please, maybe no more nanotech. No more nanotech, please.
Maybe. That's it. If it like lifts it up, that's it. Or like splits it in half.
Yeah, but please, for the love of God, no more nanotech.
No more nanotech. No. Lord, no. You want to be really funny? Really funny. Is if you have that thing be one solid piece and have him make fun of nanotech masks.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'll accept that.
That would be hilarious. All right. So I don't remember who I went to last, so I'm just going to go to Bree. Hey, Bree, buy or sell that Universal boss Donna Langley says it was a bad idea to send the Fast and Furious franchise into space. "Quote unquote, I'm sorry we did that."
Boo.
Boo. I mean, I have to respect her for just straight up saying it. Hey, this wasn't my decision to make, but I'm sorry. I'm also really, really sorry to our shareholders. Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, have you guys noticed that the Fast
Yeah,
and
what happened to
Furious-
those other two movies in that Fast and the Furious ending trilogy, huh? What happened to those? Where are they at?
Yeah, they're just gone.
Those $1 billion movies that make $1 billion. Oh, wait. That last one didn't do that. Hey, Michelle Rodriguez, how many Marvel movies can they make? They're like so unrealistic. Like, I like you, Michelle. Stop saying that stuff. Please stop. God, please stop. I need to find a Twitter thing before I do this next one because it's really funny. If I could find it. Please, God, have this still be up here. It is. Christopher Judge, I love you to death. You're my hero. All right, so, Mike, buy or sell that, and I'm going to read this exactly. Buy or sell that according to insider John Campea, God of War voice actor Christopher Judge is in the running to play Kratos in Prime Video's live-action God of the War series. Now, before you comment, I'm going to show a picture that should not sway your decision. Damn it did it again!
No.
All right, hold on. Why is it doing that? Okay, so we have to remove that from studio. All right, so we're going to try that again. I'm going to show you a picture that should not dissuade your decision here at all. So,
I Actually, I saw this picture already before we went live.
When I saw this, I laughed so fucking hard. Now, Christopher Judge is the size of the person you could get to play Kratos. And he would do a great job playing Kratos. But this is fucking funny.
Obviously, I'd buy this.
Yeah, hard buy.
I love when actors do this. I am? When was I going to hear about this? Christopher Judge is the best, too. He's a... Oh, God.
That was good.
I love Christopher Judge so fucking much. All right, so we're going to go through some gaming stuff here. We don't have a ton, but we've got some that's important because Nintendo. All right, anyway, so Hideaki Kamiya says that he believes that development on the canceled Xbox game Scalebound could have been different if his studio had been working with a Japanese publisher due to perceived cultural differences in how its development is viewed. So in other words, Hideki Kamiya is throwing American development under the bus.
As he should.
Yep.
That is the correct response.
Exactly.
Like, there was another stupid opinion on gaming where I saw someone say that if Exhibition 33 gets nominated for Game of the Year, that they're like done playing video games because, quote unquote, a turn-based video game shouldn't be allowed to win Game of the Year.
What?
What?
Well,
Baldur's Gate just happened 2 years ago.
And also, what the fuck is Fire Emblem?
Or every Final Fantasy outside of 2 of them. No, 3 of them. We're just discounting an entire, like, genre of video game?
Can we just... Here's the thing. And I hate to say, here's the thing. How do you tell me that you only play AAA first-person shooter slop without telling me you play first-person shooter slop?
Yeah, they also complained that it was, like, Expedition 33... it was 4 games that normally wouldn't be in contention for Game of the Year, but because of the year they're coming out and with a bunch of stuff getting delayed, it just wouldn't... Oh, I'm blanking on them now. Hell Is Us. There was a couple other ones, but anyway. Yeah, it's fucking outrageous. We'll skip that one for later. But, alright. We've talked about a guy on this podcast before. Mainly me and Kiona, but through, osmosis, you guys can tell that he's a really good dude and he knows what he's talking about at all times. So, Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford.
Oh, good old Randy boy.
Good old Randy. Pushed back against Borderlands 4 performance criticisms, asserting that these issues only affect a minority of players and that PC players should accept the reality that some aged machines aren't cut out for a premium game like Borderlands 4.
I never want to hear a CEO say, accept the reality ever again.
Like, you know what? This was my face when I heard him, say that. Not shock, not horror, just...
And my favorite thing is that's being clipped on TikTok, cutting to people with brand new systems that are worth like $20,000 that can't run the game worth of shit.
I mean, let's be honest. Was anyone expecting anything different on launch?
Here is the thing. It's starting to become, how do I want to say this? It used to be, can your computer run Crysis 3? Or Crysis. It's this first-person shooter that was way too damn pretty for its own good. Let's just put it that way. Like, it would fry your computer over just trying to run it. Like, it was ridiculous. Now it's becoming, can your computer run Unreal Engine 5 properly? Which, Unreal is a engine that a lot of people use, and it gets, licensed out to make video games with, because it's very easy to make a video game with.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and movies. And you can make a lot of really good things with it. You really, truly can. But it just has some hiccups and other things in it to make it the most universally blah engine possible. And Randy... I gotta read that whole entire thing now that I forgot one of the fucking quotes that Randy says in here. That's my absolute favorite. That Randy Magic Trick Pitchford decided he had to say. Where was it? Here. Borderlands 4 is a premium game made for premium gamers. Just as Borderlands 4 can't run on a PlayStation 4, it cannot be expected to run on too old PC hardware. He posted on Saturday. This is not a game made to run on 10-year-old PCs. If you're trying to drive a monster truck with a leaf blower motor, you're going to be disappointed.
Could he say it any more like a jackass?
Bravo.
Yeah, he's... And then the Gearbox head honcho posted somewhere else on advice based on his own experiences with the game. I know a lot of you are dead set on playing at 4K with Ultramax setting using 2 to 3-year-old hardware. You do, but B4L and Unreal Engine 5 are doing a lot for me to trade off frames, and it isn't worth it. There's another quote. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I can't remember where it was, but he essentially said in a comment, if you think you can do better, go code it yourself. Our game is perfect.
Oh my god.
Now, a problem that game has, that I've talked with the people that have played it, I have not played it myself, is that it's an open world game, and this is not a problem that other open world games have, for the reason that it's trying to render basically the entire world at one time.
Oh.
Or a good chunk of it.
Oh, no.
Where they're rendering giant chunks of the world that don't need to get rendered at one time, and it's causing the game to chug like fuck.
Why?
Oh,
Why would you do that?
no.
That's the gamer's fault.
Ridiculous.
You know that the
Stupid.
fucking volume, they still have to pre-render some textures. Jesus H. Christ.
They still have trouble rendering stuff in cutscenes that you're seeing in certain video games to get them to run right on Unreal Engine 5.
Which, by the way, just to, more K-pop glazing. So, did you know, Rob, they actually used Unreal Engine to do some of K-pop Demon Hunters?
No.
Yeah, at least for previs and like some of the shots because it had more realistic lighting.
Oh,
is
that
why-
makes sense. I can see that. Okay.
Which is why another story that we're gonna bring up on
Oh,
social
we'll
media
get
is
to
a
that.
mistake.
We'll get to that later.
This is a little tasty preview.
People are fucking stupid. Oh, anyway, all right. So, hey guys, remember when Pokemon was suing a company because they copied a type of game and you shouldn't do that and just put your own slap of paint on it because that's unprofessional and we should sue your asses off the back end for it? I need to make sure I'm spelling this stupid fucking game's name correctly. Video game. So, Pokemon Pokepia is a cozy life simulation island building game similar to Animal Cross or Minecraft, but set within the Pokemon universe. By similar, they mean it is literally just Animal Crossing with Minecraft in it.
Mm.
And do you know what else they do in Pal World that you can now do if you use the excuse it's an Animal Crossing? Build buildings. Hey, do you know what else that they do in Pal World that you can use the excuse that you're taking it from Minecraft instead of Pal World? Mine for minerals. And apparently Pal World isn't all that scared because they're going out of beta next year.
Oh, Nintendo.
Nintendo's like, we'll show you. We're the right people. We don't copy other people's stuff to make up bland, boring, stupid playing games. We copy ourselves. All right. So, okay, I have to see if I actually have this before I say that we're going to get into this topic. I do. So, do any of you ever heard of the video game First Descendant?
It sounds familiar.
It's a MMO RPG,
Okay.
essentially. It's a big, massive multiplayer online game. And this is not a normal thing that I bring up because like it's a bit of a gooner game and whatever, but it actually plays really good. And outside of the loot systems, it actually is pretty fun. But I found this review and I thought it was really fucking funny. Because stuff like this happens all the time when people get pissed at video games they don't like. I'm going to read this.
Oh,
So,
dear.
by Pixel Hobo, not recommended. Played 82.2 hours in the last 2 weeks and has 6,322.4 hours on record. 6,317.1 at the time of review on not recommended. If you're looking for a game with substance, challenge, and the devs that know how to deliver these things, this is not the game. This game, in the beginning, was supposed to be about a group dynamics to overcome challenging content, but now you're better off just solo if you know what you are doing because the rest of your team playing on one hand, if you know what I mean. The devs think the lounge is content and thinking coming out of the character is content. Everything they do is making where you hate the group to group with others. They keep pushing costumes for gooners, but are they really doing any content for the game to bring us together? Nah, we'll squeeze the gooners for money and characters that can be played with a few brain cells. Each season gets worse and worse. Please, it's just garbage now. Garbage content, garbage game developers, and a garbage game. I repeat, 6,000 hours!
Jesus. And you know what? I've put like some mean hours. I think on like Fire Emblem, like 3 houses, I probably have at least 300 hours. Hades, probably more. So I'm like, and I mean, look, like, see the Hades thing, and then you can't really see it here, but I right above like the store over here, there's like the 3 different houses from Fire Emblem 3 houses. So you know what? I know what it's like to be like horny obsessive with a video game. 6,000 hours. Like, do you go outside? Are you okay? Is this a cry for help?
Like, yeah, seriously.
Hold on. I know I'm bad with time blindness, so I have to make sure that this is the thing here. Yeah, the game came out July 2nd of last year.
What
6,000
the shit?
hours.
Like, I could understand if you were like doing a game that came out in like the 360 era over years. Like, yeah, 6,000 hours, that seems normal. This person doesn't go outside.
How many days?
Oh no.
I'm scared.
So, someone do the calculation. How many days has it been since July 2nd of last year?
July 2nd.
Let's see. So, 365. So, probably close to 400 days?
Okay. You got it, Mike, or?
Working on it.
Okay.
Wait, we have to do math, so be patient with us.
I'll be patient.
We're gamers. We're not too smart.
No, I'll never claim
When
to be either.
when did the game come out?
July 2nd of last year.
July 2nd. This isn't going to be exact. Because I'm kind of rounding up. So we're halfway through September.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say like at least 14.5
How
months.
many days has passed since
Oh, you know what? Here.
July?
She said July 2nd, 2024?
Yeah.
Alexa.
Oh wait,
It's been 442 days.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
It's been 442
you used the day calculator,
days.
didn't you?
I just used the good old Google. All right, so I'm gonna do the math. Only 180 days of his life were spent doing other things since that game came out.
So
Good
6
Lord.
months.
The game's shit, though. And only gooners with one hand play it. Do you think maybe you were gooning a little bit for that, half of the time it's been released?
Yeah, King Goomba.
And if you take into the account 10 hours of sleep a day, maybe?
Oh, Brock, we all know that's not true.
I don't know about you. I get 10 hours of sleep in a week.
Yeah, no, I meant this person. This person probably sleeps like an hour a day.
Yeah,
And they got circles
even.
under their eyes.
you gotta be getting your dailies done on First Descendant, man. All right, so we're gonna talk about this patent that has happened, where also the former chief legal officer of Nintendo came out and said that this is fucking insane. But they finally released an actual picture from the patent to show what this thing is. Continue with ad blocker. Sorry. So I'm going to get this here. Then we're going to get rid of you so you don't pop up again. Because apparently StreamYard doesn't like to get rid of images. All right. And it just decided to not save the image. Oh, I hate you, Google. Why do you need to save it in different formats that this thing cannot recognize so that I have to go resave the image in something else as a JPEG because you're stupid? The amount of new formats for the way things can be displayed on Google since I've gotten on to doing this drives me nuts. Okay, so this is their picture to describe what their patent is.
So they patented a Pokeball?
That is them summoning a creature to fight for you.
Just when I thought it couldn't get dumber.
Okay, so Nintendo was trying everything to empower this lawsuit. They landed a new one, and this patent... No... Ah! Patent number 12,403,397. Details a character in a video game summoning a sub-character to fight an enemy. That's right. Nintendo America now owns the patent for summons. Somebody get Square Enix on the line. And maybe not just them, any studio that uses a summoning mechanic could be at risk. While larger companies will probably be fine, indie studios not wanting to risk litigation may steer clear of summons in their video game. This patent serves a chilling effect to dampen it. Yeah, it's ridiculous when you come down to the fact that if you technically call in a drone strike in Call of Duty, that's a summon. So, discussing the patent, and as far as summoning aspect goes, the patent sounded like it was for summoning characters specifically for auto battles and other things. But that's the thing, Heisers. There's details of that thing that says if this character exists in its own space, standing beside you waiting to fight. That exact thing exists in 7 games I played last year that's not Pokemon. And auto battling situations doesn't clear that up. Either auto battle can mean a lot of things.
So this patent is dumb, but if they're really serious about it, they got to strengthen they have to strengthen the language, because as it is now, it's just dumb.
Yeah, it's very dumb. You should not try to patent something that directly if you're not trying to take things out. Because if they wanted to just fuck over Palworld, they should have said, summoning creature out of ball to participate in a fight against another creature, against another opponent who has summoned it out of a ball or is in the wild. You would not just use the blanket term summon. Because then you would take everything out of it, because currently they can't even use a Pokeball auto battle thing like they're talking about here. That already doesn't exist in Palworld. This thing they're copying to fuck over Palworld doesn't exist currently in Palworld. They are trying to blanket coat summons, period. Like that thing showing a summoning of a ball out to shoot something. Yeah, that's just blanket statement, because they already took that away from Palworld. This is trying to fuck over people other than Palworld.
Yeah, it's gonna damage a lot more than it would be funny if like everyone else except Palworld got fucked over.
That's kind of how it's going to happen, because they've already worked ways to get around the other ones. So eventually Nintendo's just going to have to be, hey, though, we know that you actually don't affect our sales whatsoever, and we should just improve our games and make them better instead of pushing you down, but we're not a creative company like that. So maybe we should just like call bygones be bygones before we just start fucking over everyone, and we don't appear to be the family-friendly company that we've lied about being for an entire existence. Guess maybe.
Yeah, I almost wonder if someone will countersue the patent that it doesn't have enough legally distinct language.
It might be, because I'm telling you right now, I do not fucking know how this got through a U.S. patent office with no questioning whatsoever.
Well, to be fair, Brock, I think the U.S. Patents Office has kind of been a dumpster fire for a while.
Yeah, but this had to enter it, and then literally no other gaming company on the planet to hear about it. Whatsoever. Well, that's not even a thing, though, because it wouldn't even be that. That would be Americans getting fucked over by giving something to Japan.
But who's it? Was it filed by Nintendo of America or Nintendo of Japan?
Nintendo, period. It just says Nintendo Patent America US. This is all encompassing of the US, done by Nintendo. So if a game is released in the US or made in the US, it can't have that. Where do 90% of games get sold? The US of A, baby!
Yeah.
But I'm really... I'm just really curious because I have a feeling someone's going to countersue that
Someone has to.
because it's not legally distinct enough. It, like you said, if it said from a ball-like mechanic to summon this creature, then that's legally distinct because everyone would be like, "Yeah, it's a Pokeball."
Yeah, absolutely. That's the exact thing you're trying to prevent from Pal World. So you're doing a legal litigation separation. Now, it's really fucking scummy you were trying to do it after the game has been a thing and you didn't care about copyright patents for the past 5 years with this game. Even when the trailers were coming out, you didn't give two fucks about making these patents. You made them after the game came out and was popular.
Yeah, I mean, if I
But
was
still.
like a lawyer, I would have, as soon as I saw that, I would have just had like a DMCA is takedown or a cease and desist.
I think there was a lot of money involved in going, hey, take this and not tell anyone, or we're like going to ruin your family.
I would imagine if there was a countersuit, it'd be another big dev like Sony or something. Anyone else that has
Like,
like
like
something.
Activision?
Yeah,
Activision, maybe honestly the biggest one that would be affected by that is Square Enix.
yeah, I can see either Square or Activision saying something.
Yep. Because, like, there's a game that I'm looking forward to called Tides of Annihilation. The entire game is about making summons of the Knights of the Round Table to fight in auto battles for you. That entire game can't happen if this lawsuit is all-encompassing. An entire company's 7 years worth of work is shit down the toilet. An entire company loses their jobs. If that one mechanic is not able to get leased out. But we gotta defend Nintendo because they make the Pokemon games. People like to say that Sony and Xbox are a cult. Are you fucking kidding me?
Maybe just we shouldn't glaze any corporations.
No!
Maybe that's like, I don't know, that's like a crazy idea.
No, it's nuts. Anyway, going on to something that would actually be really cool if it happens, not the thing that happened to them that get this happen. Supposedly another leak happened, not anywhere near as bad as the other one that cost people their jobs. But according to a leak, the Wolverine game is coming out in 2026, and the Venom game is still coming out, but in 2027. Possibly a release game for the PS6 like Miles was, and supposedly it's going to be Eddie Brock's the main protagonist as Carnage as the villain. That would be sick as fuck.
Well, I'm not surprised about that because I imagine part of the reason why the Venom game was delayed, because assuming it uses the same cast from like Spider-Man 2, you know, unfortunately.
Depends on what. Well, here's the thing. I know what you're going to bring up with Tony Todd.
Yeah.
The thing is, I believe they already had that covered because Tony Todd said in an interview that he believes they didn't use 80% of the lines he recorded for Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
That he recorded as Venom, he thinks that 80% of it wasn't used in that game. So I'm guessing, hopefully, all that shit was literally just for Venom and they recorded it all at one time.
That would be nice if that was the plan.
If not, you know, either have an actor redub or get like a voice match. I would assume.
I assume they would get a voice match to do pickups and fixes on little things where they need to. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the start of that trailer is going to be a rest in peace Tony Todd. Or there better be, because you motherfuckers at the Emmys didn't give two shits about him. I'm not letting that go ever. That's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, so I'm hoping that's what happens with it. And the Wolverine game, here's another thing. Everyone complaining that that game is taking 6 years to come out. You don't know in what process of that game it was when they announced it. I mean, they showed a CGI trailer. Games regularly take 6 years to come out now.
I mean, for all we know, they just animated the announcement trailer and that's it. Nothing else would be done.
Everyone wants them to show stuff so early and then get mad when nothing gets shown for 5 years.
So they just did like a pre-rendered trailer, which is like pretty
essentially.
I mean,
which is a
lot of anime do that too. They'll just do like a pre-animated stuff and it's not like the final show.
Exactly. It's just fucking people can never be happy. I'm going to see if I can get an exact list of this. Okay, there's some of them. Come on, give me the full list. Keep it coming. All right. It's not going to give me everything, but I was trying to look up a list that said they're going to have Venom change if it's in the same universe. Venom 2 Spider-Man was more on the alien wanting to take over the world side, so in the game will Venom have I assume he's going to have a different personality because he's going to be the hero in this, and the rumor is that it's going to be Eddie Brock. So I assume he's going to be like taking in the what I want to say personality of Eddie, like how he was different when he was in the personality of Flash Thompson, when he was different when he was with Peter. In the game, he became wanting to take over the world to make it a better place when he latched onto Harry. Umbreon, you have to remember, he was not like that when he was with Peter. He was trying to become a better Spider-Man when he was Peter. Then he wanted to fix the world and take it over once he took over Harry, because Harry's whole goal was changing the world to make it a better place. Venom changes depending on who the symbiote is taking on at that time. So we'll have to see how they do that. But anyway, so streaming news. Everyone reset the clock for, I think, 7 podcasts in a row now. We're talking about K-pop Demon Hunters. All right, I wanted to look up an honest-to-God list to see just how many fucking awards that K-pop Demon Hunters holds on radio stuff and all over the world. Because it's ridiculous how many, like, just theirs records that they have. But they broke some new ones. Huntrix's Golden is now the longest-running #1 hit by an animated act in Hot 100 history. It surpasses Archie's Sugar Sugar and Chipmunk's The Chipmunk Song.
Yeah,
this is how you know.
I'm shocked it beat the Chipmunks songs. That's been there how many decades?
Since 64.
It also now has 314 million streams.
Here's how you know that a movie has just like flown into the stratosphere. When normies at work start talking about like the music, that's when you know it's breach containment.
I have to look up something to see if this stat is ridiculous.
Oh, and then I have to have something to add on the next topic. And this will make you so mad, Brock.
Oh, I assume it will. K-pop Demon Hunters is 15 million streams away from having 100 million more streams than the second place of most streamed video in Netflix's chart.
Wow.
Bigger than a Gal Gadot, Ryan Reynolds, and The Rock movie.
Good.
This is
no one can ever talk about Red Notice ever again.
Good.
Because no one needs to talk about Red.
That movie might as well just not exist.
It's fucking. I love Ryan Reynolds as much as the next person, but yikes.
Okay, all right, yay! This is much.
So I saw this and I had to bring this in. Ice Cube says the War of the Worlds reimagining was filmed in 15 days. The director wasn't there. This was the only way we could shoot the movie at the time.
Because here's like the thing, like I'm not gonna act like Ice Cube is like Peter O'Toole or some shit, but he's worked with like some competent people like Lord and Miller. It's like it's obvious because all the actors are atrocious that there was no one there to direct, and he's obviously not good at improv. But that's not the thing that's gonna piss you off, Brock. So
I don't want to know.
Oh, unfortunately, you do. You do.
I don't think.
So, okay, have you watched Brock?
God, no, I haven't. I'm waiting until I go to my surrogate dad's house so we have something bad to watch together.
Okay, all right. So then this is a spoiler, not spoiler.
It's
so
fine.
War of the World utilizes real world footage. So there's actual war footage, and there's also remember the one scene at the plane crash I showed you?
Yep.
So it turns out that originally that was footage of a real life military plane crash that killed like 5 people. And they insist on using the original footage. And then at the last second, someone was like, no. And they basically rotoscoped CG over it. But it's like beat for beat the same thing.
Wow.
So, like, the actual blowing up things, I think it's like footage from like Syria or like the Middle East. I don't know what war specifically, but you gotta be a special kind of depraved to be like, yeah, that's what I want in my movie. You know, human suffering.
15 days. And the director's just like, not even there. I know this was filmed during COVID, but still.
Like, he couldn't have hopped over Zoom saying, hey, action, especially since they were doing it for phone screens, just have him on in like a little in between in the background and just like make sure, like, if it's in Ice Cube's glasses, just like rotoscope it out. Like, come on.
Like, I don't even accept COVID as the reason. Because if you want another movie to do late crap for, we need to do the Jeepers Creepers reboot thing. Because that entire movie has some of the worst CGI backdrops I've seen in my entire life. And they used the excuse of COVID as they couldn't do it. But that makes no fucking sense because every scene where they're supposed to be in groups of people, everyone's there and it's a real set. Where they're supposed to be in rooms that could be real and built, there's a fake CGI backdrop on one of the 4 walls.
Why?
Well, I mean, CGI backgrounds are pretty common, like, faraway shots, and usually you can't tell. Oh, and
Bree,
here's like
is far away from your chair to your wall behind you.
Oh, so they just screened it all in.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It bad. It real bad.
It bad. Oh, and just to go on the VFX more, so apparently the reason why a lot of the VFX looks like that is because they were supposed to be just temporary effects, and they were going to have, like, filters and stuff over it. Oh, and apparently there was only, like, 10 or 15 VFX artists for the entire project.
That's my one out of context quote. It bad. It real bad. Yeah, that at all doesn't shock me. That the 15 VFX artists being cracked as a whip and that doesn't. Yeah. Oh my god. And they thought, who should be the smart Amazon worker that saves the world? Ice Cube. That's the guy. Who can we pay $5,000 to come do this movie?
Oh, he's not even the Amazon worker. Here's the thing, there's a kicker. Ice Cube works for the federal government to spy on people. He is a literal cop.
No words. Just none.
Yes.
Fuck the police
Ice
coming
Cube.
straight from the underground.
I know. Yes, that Ice Cube, once considered one of the most dangerous men in America, former member of NWA, works for Homeland Security.
I have no words. All right. Anyway, so Demon Slayer Infinity Castle has just made box office history. The movie earned $70 million on its first weekend, making it the biggest opening for an international film, period, in the United States. It also broke records as the biggest opening for an R-rated animated film. Here are the top international films with the biggest U.S. opening weekends. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, $70 million, 2025. Pokemon, the first movie, $30 million, 1999. Demon Slayer Mugen Train, 21.23, 2021. Dragon Ball Z Superhero, or Dragon Ball Super Superhero, 21.13. Wow, they barely beat that, 2022. Pokemon, the movie, 2000, 19.58, 2000. Jujutsu Kaisen 0, 1801, 2022. Hero Zhang Yimou, if I said that correctly?
Close enough.
17.8, 2004. Godzilla Minus One, 11.42, 2023. And
Bahubali,
the conclusion, 10 million.43. Now, here.
But there's another big achievement that Demon Slayer achieved over the weekend.
I'm still wondering if I'm going to bring that up. We're going to talk about this for a second longer before I decide if I'm going to talk about that. I was going to say shit show, but it's not. So
other end.
People talked about this where they're like, oh, the Demon Slayer. Now, I've heard this Demon Slayer movie is good. I've not watched it myself. I just heard it had some pacing issues toward the ass end of it. but they're like, oh, this shows that this movie is so much superior to the Pokemon movie because it made so much money. I'm like, all right, son, we're going to tell you about how the world works. In 1999, anime wasn't what it was.
Not only that, I don't
No.
think that's adjusted for inflation because probably.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check it out, but I would imagine probably that would be close to like 90 million. And also, I'm pretty sure the average ticket price in 1999 was like $7.
Was much lower. They did not have the people rapidly going out with parents bringing their kids. The people that were kids when Pokemon the movie came out now have 4 kids and are taking all of them to go see Demon Slayer.
Yep.
Now, it's going to be a hell of a thing when the Rize arc movie comes out and when that Madoka Magica movie comes out next year, supposedly, if that's the when it's actually going to come out. And then when these other parts of the Infinity Castle movies come out to see how this starts climbing, because that's when the real war is going to be starting. Because if this continues an upward trend, it's just going to see which one cracks 100 million first.
Just to put things in perspective, the Mugen Train movie made $500 million during the pandemic.
Yeah, the Mugen Train movie, $500 million. It's also this one on a $20 million budget. It's made $500 million so far.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I'm pretty sure the last movie of this trilogy is going to make $1 billion.
I wouldn't be shocked if the second one does. It's been out for a week.
Less than that, actually.
Less than a week. I would be kind of shocked if this one makes it. Not in America, it's not going to make an ass load, but it's going to climb as it goes when people have better positive experiences. Not when people are getting pissed off and then getting the piss beat out of them because, my God, what the actual fuck is wrong with you people? Anyway, how do you have a worse theater cleanup than the what were they called? Gray. The sex movies.
Oh, 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey. How do you have a worse theater cleanup than the 50 Shades of Grey movies?
I feel so bad for theater.
No,
workers.
Umbreon. It is 3 movies that are a trilogy to make up this last thing that will be chopped up into episodes later to be put on Crunchyroll. So they're movies first. And they look real pretty. They look real pretty. Really pretty. But anyway. All right. On for something I didn't have on my 2025 bingo card.
Oh,
you have something?
by the way, I figured out the rough inflation. So the opening weekend for the Pokemon movie in 1999 would have been around 58 million.
Okay. That is a jump. That's part of the. That's why part of it. Well, you watched a 2.5 hour version of Demon Slayer, so you essentially, with commercial of whatever added, watched damn near a season of Demon Slayer.
It's at least like a quarter of or a third of the season.
Yeah, so you watched a chunk of a show, so it's meant to feel like that. But all right.
But by the way, like I could tell, I'm like, that's where the episode's cut's gonna be when this airs on TV in like 2 years.
Yep, 100%. That was another thing that buddy said. He's like, I know exactly where these episodes are gonna stop and start. Oh yeah. Okay, so the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Paramount Skydance is preparing a majority cash bid for Warner Brothers Discovery that is backed by the Ellison family. The bid will be for the entire company, including its cable networks and movie studio.
I'm bringing this back up.
Yep.
Yikes.
If this goes through, then
yikes.
Why do we even have like federal oversight? Like, why bother?
The only good thing that could come of this, and I mean the only good thing, could it possibly get rid of Zaslav?
Here's
I'm looking for any silver lining here.
I do appreciate that being a possibility because Zaslav needs to be out like yesterday.
Like, I don't care like what golden parachute they get him, like he needs to go.
Yeah.
I will give one other silver lining. The fact that it's a it's a movie studio that is deeply into putting movies in theaters as opposed to like fucking Netflix buying Warner Brothers.
Yes, dear God, that would not be good. And I mean, of all the companies, I'm not saying that there's a perfect company, and unless I'm forgetting something, of the studios that are normally in the spotlight for being shitty, Paramount's on the lower end.
They have problems, but it's like it's problems of their own design. It's not like they're on the end. It's not like they're like a Sony or a Disney or
I mean,
even
a lot
Warner
of their
Brothers.
problems, historically
Geysers,
have.
I will blow my brains out the second I see those two on screen together. Don't do that to me. That is something my childhood doesn't need to see. Incompetency problems, not evil problems. There we go.
I mean, a lot of it also is the summer, like Redstone saga and all that. So most of it was just like Succession level nonsense up until recently.
Yeah. It's like if somehow in the world they're like, hey, so Disney's putting in a bid. Like, that would be, which obviously won't happen, but something needs to fix Warner Brothers. I'm not saying a buyout needs to fix it, but
yeah, because clearly, historically, there's a precedent of that working out for them.
It's worked 100%. It's not like they just split the companies back up into anything either way, because, Warner Brothers used to be like my second dad growing up for how much I love the content they put out and them as a company. What the fuck happened?
I say this all the time. They've been having problems ever since their inception. We just happen to love the things that they make.
Like Jack Warner was a son of a bitch, but goddamn, you could run a studio.
He could. He really could. Gosh. Ay. That will be something we will keep more tales on, because we're just like, do you just get rid of Max? Or sorry, HBO Max. Again. Where does... Because doesn't Paramount have...
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
AKA CBS All Access.
Do they just Hulu HBO onto the back end for a while before they just make it its own thing like Disney did? Or like, what would they do?
I mean, that's what they kind of already have done with Showtime.
Yeah, they do have
true.
Showtime, that's right. So then, would they just make their HBO and throw all that shit into Showtime?
I mean, that's kind of like what Hulu does, where they have it as separate channels. Look, we're just reinventing cable. It's cable, guys. It's cable.
All right. So now we're going into a thing that we have one story that's been waiting to happen, and the other one that I literally can't believe I got to hear about either of those things involved in the same sentence. So the TikTok US deal is finalized. Oracle, Silver Lake, and Andreessen Horowitz will control TikTok's U.S. operations under a new 80-20 framework with ByteDance. The impossible has happened. 80% U.S.-owned Oracle plus Silver Lake plus A16Z plus legal investors. Don't know any of those. 20% Chinese-owned ByteDance keeps a slice. American board U.S. government oversight. Now U.S.-only app will separate algorithm from global TikTok. This isn't, bottom line, this isn't just a sale, this is a complete rebuild. US users will download a new app that looks identical to the current TikTok, but runs entirely on American infrastructure with US-controlled algorithms. ByteDance licenses their technology but loses operational control. The result, TikTok survives, but creators keep their audiences. Washington gets data control.
You look so thrilled, Brock.
Do I have to bring it back up again?
You can. Because it fits. I said that we did not want to get political in this, and I'm not going to, but the legitimate only reason that they wanted to do this was that so they had control over data. That was the only thing about this. They did not care about its influences. They did not whatever. 9 times out of 10, I got people asking me what kind of fucking tripod stand I wanted to get, and that was the only fucking influence TikTok ever had on me. This is just, no, we want to know who looks at what. We want us to do it. Not you stealing our information to get... I will never understand the rhetoric of, no, those Chinese people invading us and taking our stuff. They're doing it now, even though it could have stole our information for all the, 10 years people have been using TikTok, but they didn't.
No, but I guess the U.S. government needs to know about Labubu's or whatever.
Labubu's.
Because clearly that's a national security crisis.
Technically it's Singaporean. You're correct. My apologies. But it's like, Labubu's, what tripod stand? Because now that I'm making TikToks, it's figured out that I want a good tripod stand to use. They want to know what dating sites and single geeky nerds are in my area. It's just... the only good thing I get out about it is, I'm writing a story that involves pantheons and gods and stuff currently. It gives me that and anime scenes. That's it. It's not influencing me. If you just scroll away, the videos don't come to you anymore. You're walking in on that they finalized the US deal for TikTok, Umbreon. And you're about to get one hell of a fucking title of a topic that when I saw on Twitter, I thought I had a stroke. Legitimately thought I had a stroke. LimeWire bought Firefest.
What?
I'm going to say that one more time so people don't think the video glitched. LimeWire bought Firefest.
Yeah, that is just Yeah,
that is the dumbest article title in this podcast history.
No, Brock. This is the psychic damage I just received.
Do all your knees feel weak? Do people remember giving your computer aids to get music? How does LimeWire have money? How?
Great question.
You didn't pay for LimeWire. I know, because I killed our family computer with it when I was younger. Trust me, I know.
I think that's a rite of passage.
It is. Any kid born in the 90s had to wreck one family computer with LimeWire and say, no, it was those websites that you guys were shopping on that did it, not LimeWire. We also have to read this article because there were some fucking hilarious quotes that were in this article. That's the dumbest article title I will ever read in the history of this fucking podcast.
I cannot believe it.
You have to see the front image for this. I have to cancel this because it's going to show this again. You have to see this. This front photo is fucking hilarious.
Oh, dear God.
And they bought it for $250K on eBay. Plot revival.
On eBay.
LimeWire has scooped up one of the internet's most infamous brands, acquiring the Fyre Festival at a cheeky $245,300 eBay bid. How did this get even more 90s? They bought it on eBay.
God.
Next thing you're going to have to tell me is they had to get dial-up to buy it.
But here's the real question. Who's going to be at this new Firefest?
I don't know yet. I haven't read the article. We're going to find out. Ja Rule's probably still available. Fyre Festival, pitched in 2017 as a luxury music getaway in the Bahamas, became a cultural disaster. Guests who were paid thousands were met with a disaster relief tents, portable toilets, and infamous grim cheese sandwiches instead of the promised celebrity chef meals. Organizer Billy McFarland was later convicted of fraud and sentenced to 6 years in prison, cementing Fyre's place in history as the ultimate hype gone wrong event. LimeWire relaunching Fyre Festival, sort of. Back in July, McFarland put the Fyre Festival IP, trademarks, and asset up for auction on eBay. That sentence will never not get funny. Bidding started at 1 cent.
Zach. God damn it, Zach.
It probably got hosted by Ashley Angel for most.
And you know what? For some reason, Fred Durst is going to be there too.
Fred Durst is too high class for Fyre Festival. You shut your mouth. He's releasing new music right now. But bidding started at 1 cent and ended at $245,300 after a week of competition. On September 16th, LimeWire confirmed it had secured the brand, joking in its press release, "What could possibly go wrong?" The auction even drew bids from Ryan Reynolds' creative agency Maximum Effort. After the auction, Ryan Reynolds congratulated LimeWire, quipping, "I look forward to attending their first event, but it will be bringing my own pallet of water." Despite the name, LimeWire, a file sharing service that was popular in the early 2000s, doesn't plan to stage another doomed island festival. Instead, it wants to reimagine Fyre as a cultural brand. Fyre has become a symbol of hype gone wrong, but it also made history, said LimeWire CEO Julian, that name. "We are not bringing the festival back. We are bringing back the brand and the meme to life, this time with real experiences and without cheese sandwiches." COO Marcus Festal added, "We're not here to repeat the same mistakes. We are here to own the meme and do it right. It's our chance to show the world what happens when you pair cultural relevance with real execution." LimeWire teased plans for a reimagined vision of Fyre that goes beyond digital into real-world experiences, community, and surprise. The company didn't share specifics, but the festival's official website features a wait list for updates. For now, the Fyre Festival lives again, not on an island, but as an internet experiment in brand resurrection.
Good
You know,
Lord.
when you said that, making the same mistakes, I just remember
Julian,
the
that
scene
name.
between John Hammond and Jeff Goldblum in The Lost World.
God. I can't believe I'm looking at something typed into my fucking thing. What does LimeWire do to make money? How do they have a COO?
I'm guessing they still have file sharing services, and I guess that's lucrative.
Maybe.
Maybe they thought up a software that cures the AIDS that gives your computer, and they sell that. I don't know. All right. WWE is likely to have prices get more expensive. TKO president Mark Shapiro states that Vince McMahon was primarily pricing tickets for families and wasn't focused on maximizing the opportunity to increase said prices like TKO is focused on doing. WWE is not where the UFC is yet on ticket yields. We have our work to do there, but we've seen meaningful increases as evident by the 59% margin second quarter. Ticket yields and site fees play a big part in driving that. We know we have room to grow. And why do we know that? Because the UFC is breaking records everywhere we go. Did you notice he had to lie about selling out last year's WrestleMania because a nosebleed seat was roughly $8 billion? You have room to grow because there's no one in those seats.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, you're not the Super Bowl. Like, no one's gonna pay like more than $20,000 for a WrestleMania
We know we could
ticket.
get
I'm
charging
sorry.
more, so we're working on that. Like, we care about getting people to go to these. That's why we changed WrestleMania to be in Saudi Arabia for a bigger payday.
And clearly no one wants to be there.
I'm going to let you guys know that originally, when they were going to have the first Saudi Arabia show, Crown Jewel, there, the guy organizing the show, asking personally for what wrestlers he would like to be there, mentioned 2 wrestlers that have been dead for over 10 years. And on that list, he also mentioned wrestlers that haven't wrestled in 15 years. And the rumor goes
exactly
around,
what they're doing.
Yeah, the rumor goes around that the bid was so high that the rumor is that they were willing to pay $15 million a superstar to have WrestleMania go to Saudi Arabia.
But here's the thing, again, not to get political, that I love about this.
If you want to be political and bash on Saudi Arabia for being blood money, that I don't care.
Yeah, but here's the thing that's like hilarious. They announced this on September 12th. I don't think I need to explain.
The press release is just going to get done in time to have it the day before.
Yeah, gee, what happened on that day?
Yeah, I
just can't place my finger on it. It's like on the tip of my tongue.
There's something that made them want to invent the TSA at that time. Just can't think of it.
Yeah, it just involves some crazy.
That was the way that Gerard Way was inspired to start writing music. That's what that was. We don't know what did it, but something on that day. People that don't know that whole hospilla that 9/11 was responsible for Twilight, go back and look at the tracks. Anyway, so we're going to talk about something that is sad before we get to something that's really stupid. I didn't realize he was 89. Robert Redford passes away at 89.
Yeah, I didn't realize that old. Like, I thought he was like in his late 70s, early 80s. I genuinely didn't know he was that old.
So did I.
Kind of a testament to how well he kept himself up.
The last movie I saw him in was, because I don't like, no, there was an indie movie I saw him in after that. I can't remember what the hell it was called.
Is it The Old Man and the Gun?
Yes, thank you. But there was that, and then before that, it was The Winter Soldier. I could have guessed him for being fucking 50 in The Winter Soldier for how good he looked. He looked spectacular. That dude kept good care of himself. And I also love now, the one funny that I can get out of this is, the turning head smiling.
Yes, that's him.
Yep.
The amount of children that were born with a birth date of 2000 that thought that was Zach Galifianakis.
I'll admit, even I thought that was him until like a few years ago, someone pointed out that that's Robert Redford.
People say that a beard is the man's makeup.
They're not wrong.
I mean, they're not wrong. But yeah,
but I mean, like the Sundance Film Festival. I mean, God, like how many careers did that launch?
So many.
The dude is a titan in the industry, but he's one of those people that never went out of his way to be like, I am an important person. He just was.
And like, you never heard like a bad thing about him ever. Like,
nope.
Genuinely, everyone loved him. Apparently, he was a 10 out of 10 human being. Lived to be old.
Lived gracefully to be old, from what I can tell. Even named a desert after him? Is that a joke or is that real? Oh, dessert. I was like, oh! Holy hell, I knew he was important, but damn. What's the dessert? The Robert Redford cake. What do we have? Oh!
You saw the picture?
Oh my God. I am hungry now. Holy hell. Yeah, give me one moment. I hope you're ready to get diabetes from a picture, but...
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So how exactly did Robert end up getting a name kicked after him? Robert had a mass appeal of doing with his adoring female fans. This cake was named the next big thing after the actor. In fact, it is said the partygoers who made the cake in its heyday often said, "We're bringing Robert Redford to the party," while many names, it's rumored, that were started as the better than cake transformed into the better than sex cake that a more adult crowd now later on the Robert Redford cake. Is there ingredients for this bad? Depending on many versions of the cake call for layers of whipped cream, powdered sugar, cream cheese, a bottom layer filled with layers of chocolate vanilla pudding on top, and then whipped cream on the bottom. Other versions called for cake mix crust, caramel, and candy bars and other sweets used to layer or garnishes before the cake is chilled. Oh my god. Oh! Wow! Where can you get this? I'm gonna guess you can only get this in someplace like freaking New York. It's not gonna say, but anyway. I didn't know he went to CU Boulder. I did not know that either. It's called the Better Than... No, it's real. It's called the Better Than the Robert Redford. Yeah, but yeah. Sundance Kid. The dude's got rolls upon rolls upon rolls upon rolls. And like you said, never had a bad thing about him. He lived gracefully, carried himself like an absolute gentleman. Sucks, but 89's a life.
Yeah.
That is a hell of a life to live. So he got a good career, lived, I would assume, a full life, and sucks, but it's 89, man. You can't ask for much better than that.
But yes, but seriously, at next year's Oscars, they better do like a whole ass thing.
I'm sure they will,
I
because
think there would be an actual riot in the crowd if they didn't.
Well, I meant just not like the whole thing, just because his contributions were more than him just being an actor.
Well, yeah, and depending on how many Sundance films make it into the awards race, which I'm pretty sure will be at least a handful.
Yeah,
they're gonna devote a lot of time to this.
Oh, 100%. So
Also, next year's Sundance is the last one that's taking place in Park City, so they're probably gonna make a big deal about that too.
I forget, where is it moving to again?
Boulder.
Oh, right.
wow, I lied. The Old Man and the Gun was not the last movie I saw Redford in. I forgot what his last movie was. Take a guess.
He was in Endgame for like a split second.
His last movie's Endgame. I forgot he was in Endgame. I had to type that up to make sure because I know that they redid the Winter Soldier bit. Damn. Yeah, hopefully they do something. I would hope that they mention something for that in Marvel as well. That fucking sucks. Anyway, all right. From celebrating a great human being to talking about actual stupidity. I saw the title for this article. I did not read any of this horseshit nonsense because I didn't believe it for an actual fucking second. So I'm going to let you two cover this because I'm assuming you looked at this more than I did.
Well, I saw it for 1 second. I was like, this is like bullshit. Before, I went full internet detective like I do and said in basically the most professional way possible, y'all fucking stupid.
I saw there was multiple things that were like, it was a mistranslated quote to where there was so much shit that just like anyone with a brain cell had to fight to make this look like it was what they said.
And here's the worst part.
For those that don't know what we're talking about, BT Dubs,
okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So we'll back up for a second. That actually, Bree, do you want to trace this back to the beginning before I go on my PSA?
I guess I can give the TDRL. So basically, some dude named what was it, like Howard Rue, whatever, mentioned that one of the writers for K-pop Demon Hunters who wrote Soda Pop was at an open AI event in South Korea, and the English version of the article said that Soda Pop was, helped with like chat GPT and stuff, and everyone just, kind of flipped out and started to name things. So here's several things for why that's bullshit. And you know what? You want to screen share my Reddit thing so I can go over my talking points?
Yeah, I can. This first one makes me laugh quite a bit because it debunks it within 2 seconds.
All right. Okay. Point number 1. K-pop Demon Hunters was announced in early 2021. The first publicly released version of ChatGPT wasn't released until late 2022.
That already should have, like, dissolved
Right.
all of the
People
discourse.
be stupid!
But I ain't done. Oh, no. We still have more to go. 2. Animation takes a long time. I personally find it very hard to believe that since the movie was announced and through like almost 2 years later, they didn't do any sort of like early work version demos to start boarding and animating too, especially since this is a musical with choreographed dance numbers and the music is part of the narrative. So you would have to have that kind of nailed down in order for this to work.
Bingo.
Point number 3. I think this was on Collider like about a month ago. The cinematographer of K-pop Demon Hunters said Soda Pop was actually one of the first sequences that they shot virtually, and they were also using Unreal Engine. I don't know if it was used in the final, but definitely in the previs. There's some screenshots on Instagram, and that basically helped define the look of the entire film, including like the, TikTok kind of style, like camera moves. So that had to happen pretty early on in the animation pipeline. Oh, and here's like, if you want to, that's the video. And then here's like the other kicker. So GPT has only been able to generate audio and images since the GPT 4.0 model, which was only released 16 months ago, which by the time K-pop came out would have probably only been about a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I added something else. So this is more the Unreal Engine. If you want to click the Instagram thing, you will see the pre-res render. And as we've talked about, Unreal Engine's kind of a bitch to work with sometimes. It's brilliant as it is. It's kind of, got some issues.
It do.
And I didn't even add this to my comments, but in this original Reddit thread, there was an article, which, by the way, same outlet as the AI article, did an interview with Vince, the songwriter, about a month ago. And it said, quote unquote, roughly verbatim, it talked about how, Soda Pop was redeveloped, part of it from like an old demo that he made like 8 years ago. Some of the bits made it in, not a whole heck of a lot of that demo. But Sony had made suggestions to the song and said, it's got to be bright. It's got to be bubbly. Huh. Doesn't that suspiciously sound like the things that were quoted in the article where Vince said AI was used in K-pop Demon Hunters?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of AI hallucinations? So, Mike, do you want to explain what an AI hallucination is?
So the best way I can explain it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is when information appears that is just completely not true in the slightest.
And here's another thing. If you've used GPT for anything, even for 5 minutes, GPT will remember past sessions.
Yep.
And apparently, this publication, which is Korean, did AI translation from Korean to English. So, let's see if we can do just basic math. Less than a month ago, They did an article featuring this artist where he specifically talks about K-pop demon hunters and soda pop. Then he's at an open AI event and he's talking about K-pop music, but not specifically K-pop demon hunter. What do we think happened?
I can't fucking imagine.
And here's where I'll step in with the PSA. We have to be careful when it comes to the spreading of this information because, and this is one thing that's been bothering me forever, people kind of have selective critical thinking. Like, they'll only criticize positive news, but nothing negative. Like, if you hear for a split second, some AI was used on popular movie, even if that's not true, just hearing that will set off like thousands of different rants.
Mm-hmm.
And like, here's the other thing too. Even if AI was used, the way that he was allegedly describing it is basically saying, hey, what's a list of things I can use for inspiration? So you're telling me he did basically a Google search or a Pinterest board?
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
not Gen AI.
Yeah, I don't.
And you know what the other thing is? And this is like the other thing that kind of grinds my ass. And you know, I don't want to make comparisons because it's not a one-to-one argument, but I remember a lot of similar arguments happening after Frozen got really popular. And this is just kind of with AI in general. To me, you know, it's kind of funny that all these flaws and like, you know, we have to be critical. I don't know. What's the one thing that's in common? I just can't put my finger on it. Women!
Yep.
And it's just not even that. Like, female artists get accused of, like, AI. It's, like, so ridiculous. I mean, can you guys just admit that you're misogynistic and homophobic and we can just all go home and stop beating around the bush here?
Well, here's the thing here. It's not even against opposites. It's against your own. I mentioned that I'm really liking Gachiakata, and I mentioned the hating of and blaming and calling certain black characters not black. And I suspect that, that's on the other end of the spectrum. The more I've seen from it, the more, to my shock, it's coming from not white people.
Huh.
Because they're not happy enough with the black representation. It needs to be, quote unquote, blacker.
Ah, colorism.
Because that's a fun thing to do. How about we just like a thing? Crazy? Maybe. That's like another one on the sexism. So, not to be political, but a thing happened and people got mad at the creators of K-pop Demon Hunters. Or not K-pop Demon Hunters, Ghost of Yote, because a person made a comment. So everyone got mad at that development company. That person was let go. And now people are making comments about how they're going to not order the game because said whatever's was made. And I'm looking at the comments underneath it. And this person says they're not misogynistic. Top line. Next line. Really liked the first one, but I'm not going to buy this crap Mulan-inspired second game. Hey guys, tell me what the plot of Mulan is. Just tell me. Tell me what the plot of Mulan is. Just tell me. Just tell me what the plot of Mulan is.
You want to do it?
Just point blank. I'm not even trying to be funny. Just tell me what the plot of Mulan is. Point blank. From top to bottom. The animated film.
The 1998 film Mulan is about a young woman who fights in her father's place and disguises herself as a man in order to protect China and save her family's honor.
From the Mongols, right? No, the Huns. Sorry, from the Huns. Cool. Ghost of Yote is about a girl when she was 8 years old. Her entire family got slaughtered and she got stabbed into a tree by a katana and she's coming back to kill all of them. The exact plot of Mulan, right?
Oh, yeah, totally.
So, calling this game Mulan inspired is why you don't like it. So that totally matches the I'm not sexist line.
And with a little dibble racism.
Little. So you either didn't watch Mulan, or you only think Mulan is about female do battle me no like. But he's not sexist, though. Top line said so it has to be right. Because this is what Mulan was like. So you either didn't watch and don't know what Ghost of Yote is about, or you didn't watch Mulan and didn't know what it was about, or you're just lying and you're sexist. Or both.
Probably both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. I mean, this idiot probably thinks Mulan is, the thing in Rick and Morty that made the sauce.
Oh, dear Jesus. Don't give them ideas. But yeah, so stupid. How anyone just sees red the second they don't see, second they see something they don't like. It can't just be, I don't like that thing. It has to be that it's the worst version of that thing. I have to call it the worst version of that thing. It has to be continued to be the worst version of that thing. And I have to tell every person that I know it's the worst version of that thing. So you hate it too.
Also, I'm going to use some spicy gamer language here. How much of a stupid bitch cunt do you have to be to accuse K-pop Demon Hunters of being AI because your little fucking peanut brain can't comprehend that actual human beings made this?
Oh yeah, Ray Ami went on quite the fucking rant about that, where we're sliding into letting AI make our awards, and you're like, because this virtual group made it. And she goes, "Dumbass, I'm a real singer. They're animated. That's not how AI works."
You know what this also reminded me of, and I was talking about with Mike? So a couple years ago, there was a controversy about an AI Beatles album. Do you want to know what the AI used?
Oh, God.
It was used to make clean vocal stems of a pre-existing John Lennon demo, which I'm sure had hundreds of additional hours of cleanup.
Yes.
Because, unfortunately, that was the only version of that recording, and there's no more John Lennon, and people act like it's AI generating his voice when no, basically just, when you make an a cappella track. That's basically what they did.
Oh, I know. I had people approaching me at work asking me how I felt about AI writing a new Beatles album.
It wasn't even an album. It was just one song.
Oh, no. Everyone thought it was a whole album. It skyrocketed from one single to AI's writing an entire new Beatles album.
See what I'm talking about when it comes to the game of telephone that happens with misinformation.
Good Lord.
And all I was doing, I'm not even sure if AI enhancement beyond getting clean stems, because I don't think it was used to match, because basically the long of the short version of the story is, you had multiple recordings from, the Beatles in different recording environments over several different decades.
Mm-hmm.
And they just wanted to make a new song for the documentary so that, the Beatles went out on a high note.
Absolutely. And you know what? In this version, I'm okay with AI usage. You're not making something new. You're telling a machine to help clean something up. These are the versions of where a computer could help do that better than a human being could to a degree.
Right, which in this instance, apparently they've been trying to release the song since the 90s, and it wasn't technologically possible until this technology existed.
Yeah, absolutely, because you could screw that up every which way from Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk about how fucksome got in the 90s. I remembered the story about how Toy Story 2 basically only happened because someone was working from home and had it on a drive. Because the main studio versions all got torched. They could barely hang on by the seat of their coattails when they were doing a lot of this stuff back then. And then even now, like you talked to not Arden Cho, AJ or EJ, is it AJ? Is it EJ?
EJ.
I think it's EJ.
EJ, the singer for Rumi, talks about how she was in Japan and like a little freaking Airbnb and needed to record her parts at like 9 o'clock at night. So she's like huddled up against the couch with like a pillow up against her head, screaming at the top of her lungs to try and not wake her neighbors.
Oh no. No, like real people made this movie, and it just, because to me this is just more harassment against artists, specifically female artists, from like, you know, the actual filmmakers to the singers. Like, it's just, oh my god. Oh, and like here's like the other kicker with like Soda Pop. Soda Pop also has 2 additional writers.
Yep.
Yeah. But they don't mention
So even
that.
if AI was used, I'm like, between like 3 different people, it's like, which again, there's no evidence for it. If they did, it was a very like early bill to make like a shopping list.
That's like, it's some of those things where you can show someone point blank and they still won't believe you. There's a person at work who I might have mentioned this on the podcast already. I do too many of these where I forget. The Last of Us Part 2 got a giant leak and a bunch of stuff, so it got delayed like 3 months or something. And then the last game that came out that I was really looking forward to, Lost Soul Aside, got delayed by like 6 months. Both times I mentioned this to this coworker, and he said I was a liar. I had official announcements from the company that makes the game and from Sony that publishes it that it was not happening, that it was delayed. It's like, well, I've still had my pre-order. Cool. It's going to get changed. They just haven't updated it yet. And then he auto-searched on Google, and it brought up that release date because they hadn't made a new one yet. And then each time I go, cool, when you're not playing that game on that day and you're wrong, you can come and find me. And then both times, he didn't talk to me for like 2 weeks afterwards. Just like, how hard is it to... And also, I mentioned I wasn't going to mention politics and religion. I'm going to mention religion because the stupidest religious statement in my entire life got said to me at work today. And I can laugh about it because I had to talk the person down because this is where confusing things gets dangerous. We're having a potluck next Wednesday. Yes, next Wednesday. A soup potluck for fall because it's going to start getting colder. So we go around and talking to all these people. And they're like, I'm like, hey, what do you want to do? Because I'm a lead, so I have to go around with a clipboard asking all these things. And I get to this one worker who recently got baptized as an adult. And I was like, cool, good for you. I'm happy for you. Let me know how your religious journey is going on. Because people don't know I'm Christian. And then I ask her what she's bringing for potluck on Wednesday. She says she's not bringing anything because the rapture is happening on Tuesday.
Oh dear.
I've never had my brain glitch more in my entire life. Like, what? She goes, yeah, you should know that. You should know that didn't know.
What?
Matthew 23:46. Not even the angels in heaven will know the time. None else other than the Father above will know when the final hour is here. She's like, did you read that? You've told me you've read the whole Bible. Well, yeah, but these events and that one Jewish holiday and this one South African preacher had a vision 2 years ago that it's happening on... People, anyone that's been born in the 90s, this is a PSA for all events that don't even have to deal with religion. Heisers, hold on. I'm not even joking you. Where's that screenshot? Because I had to look this shit up on Google because it was bothering the shit out of me. I don't know if it's Nigerian. South African pastor. So, might be Nigerian. But it's like, our generation has lived through a lot.
Yep.
We have lived through Y2K that was going to wipe out the world. We've lived through
Y2K.
2012 that was going to wipe out the world. We lived through 2020 that was going to wipe out the world. How about until the world just fucking ends, we stop saying there's a prophesied event where the world's going to end? Can we just agree as that as a human race from now on?
It's like the boy who cried Doomsday.
Except the Doomsday's now crying boy at this point. I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing?
No,
Anyway.
it's like this specific. He's like, boy, like in a big foghorn leghorn voice.
I say, that boy's about as sharp as a sack of wet cats. God. But, anyway, so yeah, we're done with, our topics for the week. We are going to head on out of here. Bree, where can everybody find you?
If it wasn't already obvious by the screen, you can find me
Yes.
at crazylemur.bsky.social. I'm also on Instagram at Lemur's Rule 1, where I'm actually being a good girl and actually posting pictures of my dog, which is amazing and cool. So you should totally check that out. I also co-host a podcast with my friend Gio called Play Crap. New episodes are coming out soon. So yeah, listen to that.
Ew. Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us here on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. And you can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on YouTube and Twitch. If you are looking forward to Ghost of Yote and you're not a sexist dickhead, I am giving away a copy of the digital deluxe edition on my Twitch on October 2nd at the midnight release. All you have to do is be watching and be subscribed at the time of the Twitch stream. Yes, Manny, I'm talking to you. You actually have to be subscribed and watching. Otherwise, I will redo the giveaway. And yeah, if you like cosplays and such, you can look over at my Instagram where I post all my con-going and Instagram stuff over there. Yeah, that is pretty much it.
Also, PSA, don't publicly pee in a movie theater.
Yeah. Don't be a disgusting human being.
Don't do that, ever. Just no.
And then be upset when parents beat the ever-living shit out of you while a really dramatic fight scene's happening in the background.
Seriously, guys, what the fuck?
God, I just can't.
Don't end up in a moist critical video. Like,
no.
Like, that's when you should just reevaluate everything.
Absolutely. But all right, we will see you guys later. Bye.
Peace.